You. Welcome. Thank you, everybody, for tuning back in once again for another episode of Logic. Yes. Hope everybody having a good day. Today went by pretty fast at work today, but I had a 3-day weekend and wore out. I'm tired. Try to keep the show short today, but got a lot going on, as y'all know, especially here in Michigan. Especially here in Michigan. Um, we're gonna talk about, how Michigan Democrats are opposing Trump's policies when it comes to immigration. We're gonna talk about this county commissioner who's been charged with election fraud. Um, and we're gonna talk about what's going on around Michigan, how they're giving our money away. Yesterday we talked about the pork money, pork barrel money, and how it's going to certain counties and not others. I think it was the Mackinac Public Policy um, Source. I forget the exact name. Mackinac Center for Public Policy, I believe, put out an article showing how 40 counties didn't get any extra pork money, and only 12 counties in Michigan got above average. It was just highlighting how some counties are getting tons of money, some aren't getting any extra money for different projects and whatnot, local projects. But we're gonna discuss Michigan, all things Michigan. Um, I want to say shout out to State Rep Steve Cara. He put a video out explaining why SB 8, Senate Bill 8, why Runstad's no vote was a good vote, despite how it may look, um, even though some Republicans were voting yes, and obviously some voted no. Um, so if y'all want to see uh, Steve Carr's explanation, you can go to his page, State Rep Steve Carr. He put out a good detailed explanation, clarifying that. Also, I was on the call today. Uh, Candidate for GOP chair Jim Runstad and his vice chair Pig Bernadette had a phone call in conference call today that you could listen to Q&A and things like that, giving an intro, outro of who they are and what they plan to do. It was very informative. It was good questions coming in. Great conversation. Um, I don't know if you can bring those up if they're recorded and posted and stuff like that or not, but it was a very good phone call. Uh, very good. Runstad outlined how he has a ton of financial experience raising money, uh, accounting experience, and fundraising experience. Um, it was just a good call all around. So, like I say, first thing I want to get into is this right here. The county commissioner charged with election fraud. Um, I want to read over this with y'all at the same time. County Commissioner Mick Mahan charged with lying about residency on his candidate affidavit. This was put out by County Press, by Nate David Wheat Weston. Not familiar with this source, but this is the article. Columbiaville on February 14th, District 1 Lapeer County Commissioner Scott McMahan, 47, of Columbiaville, was charged with one count of election law false swearing. felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison for swearing falsely while under oath for the purpose of qualifying as a candidate for elective office. Now, that face and that name might look real familiar to a lot of y'all. This guy came on the scene a few years ago. He has a newspaper, uh, blog, or online article he writes, um, publishes, whatever you want to call it. Uh, this guy came on the scene from another state and came right in the scene, um, using. This was during the Christina Caramo coup, and he came in accusing and making all these accusations, slinging mud left and right like he was a Michigan native. Um, Many red flags went off soon as I read his work, seen him years ago when he first came. That's my personal opinion. That's my view. That's Logic's view. Um, but anyway, after a concerned citizen alleged that McMahon did not live in the district when he filed for candidacy, a petition was filed by Lapeer County Prosecutor John Miller to the office Michigan Attorney General Dana Nassel to avoid a conflict of interest, as Miller reports to the county board on which McMahon sits. Nassel appointed Genesee County Nassel appointed Genesee County Prosecutor David Layton as special prosecutor to handle the matter. Hmm. Upon our review of the investigative reports from the Michigan State Police and their request for a warrant, we have found sufficient probable cause evidence alleging that Mr. McMahon did not reside at the address listed in his candidate affidavit when he filed to run for Lapeer County Commissioner in the First District, said John Potbury, Deputy Chief Assistant Prosecuting Attorney. McMahon responded via phone to the county press on Friday afternoon and said he was unaware of the charge brought against him by the Genesee County prosecutor. I live here in the district, McMahon said. I lived here when I talked to law enforcement. I was in the process of moving and living there part time. I was living there at the filing deadline. Hmm. So I haven't read this complete article. No, it's not that long. But I will be sharing it on my. I think I shared it on X. If anybody want to see it, it might be in my Telegram channel as well. I post a lot of this stuff in my Telegram channels before I do podcasts. But this is interesting. I have to read through that more detailed, and we discuss that a little bit more tomorrow because it's not surprising to me, man. This dude, my personal assessment of this guy is he's a shady character. He's a political operative, and I've since I've came across him from the first time he came here, that's been kind of my assessment. Anyway, um, also, the Michigan's usual suspects in the Democratic Party vote against American security again. This is an article put out by Michigan News Source, Real Honest News, great source for Michigan news, put out today. Another day means another vote, where four Michigan Democrats, Reps Debbie Dingleberry, I think that's what Trump called her, Dingleberry, Haley Stevens, Sri Thanadar, and Rashida Tlaib, opt to side with illegal immigrants instead of American safety and security. The House just passed a bill, H.R. 35, that will slap penalties on illegal aliens who flee from Border Patrol. But these four Dems, they gave it a big fat nay. The other two Michigan Democrat reps, Christy McDonald Rivet and Hillary Scholten, voted yay, yeah, as did all of the Republicans. Hmm. So many uh, of the Democrat radicals are opposing Trump's immigration policies. Uh, this is an article you not follow on Michigan News Source. I encourage you to do so. But also, we got Michigan law enforcement agencies saying that it's not their job to carry out immigration law. They protesting it as well, standing against Trump's policies, acting like they don't have to help or don't want to help. This is the article put out by Detroit Free Press today. Dave Boucher. Um, Michigan's law enforcement agencies know the administration of President Donald Trump wants to focus on deporting people who do not have legal authorization to be in the U.S. But several sheriffs and police departments who spoke with the Free Press said they lack the time, funding, or interest to go out of their way to help Trump achieve his goals. We just don't have issues with immigrant workers, and the local police don't have issues with them. They all say the same thing. They just work and they work hard, said Sanilac County Sheriff Paul D. Rich, noting his office would help federal officials if asked. Man, first of all, Trump is not going after uh, all of the illegals right now. Him and Tom Homan have stated that they are focused on the violent gang members and the dangerous ones. That's their focus. Now, while looking for them, if they happen to come across some people who came here illegally, then they said that they going too. I mean, but the focus is the ones that's gang members and drug dealers and violent and all that stuff. So we know this is the largest, like I said, this comes after Trump campaigned on implementing the largest deportation program in the nation's history. It also comes after Trump threatened to wage a substantial trade war with Canada and Mexico that appeared to hinge, at least in part, on curbing illegal immigration from both countries. So he is doing the largest deportation program in history. Of course, he gonna need law enforcement to work with him. But in these Democrat-ran states like Michigan, like Illinois, and like New York, I tried to play a video yesterday of Pam Bondi going in. She going in. She already suing or got a lawsuit going against Illinois, New York. She said anybody else who stand in their way or oppose their policies or impede on their policies, um, they next. So we know how Whitmer and Dana Nessel feel about it. We know Jocelyn Benson. Um, they not for these policies. This article from Michigan's watchdog Capcom it's doing like what Elon Musk is doing in DC right now with Doge. It's exposing where our tax dollars are going. This article is titled Michigan Economic Development Agency gives former member $202 million in grants. Um, project spans from Detroit, Lansing, and Pontiac. This article is from a couple of days ago on the 14th. When the Michigan Strategic Fund approved 300 million in taxpayer subsidies for projects in Detroit, Pontiac, and Lansing, most of that money flowed to a former member of the Economic Development Agency, Paul Gentilazzi, managing partner of New Vision Lansing. along with the city of Lansing, received $202 million for the transformational brownfield plan. Man, what do you got to do to receive a $202 million grant? The plan is estimated to create or redevelop five buildings and bring more than 560 housing units in the capital city for over 30 years. Hmm. The money will fund a 26-story skyscraper with 287 residential units, retail space, and a two-story parking garage. It will also be used for Capitol Tower, a six-story building with office space and 105 residential units. A third project along Washington Square would redevelop all these different projects. The transformational brownfield plan approved today is essential to launching the five projects that will bring a renewed vibrancy to downtown Lansing, Jen Talaji said in a news release. A project of this magnitude is only possible with great cooperation and support at the state and local level. Gentilasi is a former MSF member, according to meeting minutes from February 23. What is MSF? Oh, Michigan Strategic Fund. Oh, okay. He was a former member of Michigan Strategic Fund. As of April, so he leave the Michigan Strategic, and then they approve, and that ain't a conflict of interest. Mm. Yeah. So this is just showing. This is taxpayer approved. This is taxpayer money. He's getting these grants. It's that's conflict of interest. I'm not gonna read the whole article on here. I didn't have time to read all the way through it. A lot of these articles I read on my lunch break and share them and read them at the same time when I'm reading them with y'all. But today I want to have a shorter show. So if y'all want to find these articles and dig deeper on a lot of this stuff, which is what I encourage y'all to do, this one can be found at Michigan CapCon, um, X, Facebook, MichiganCapitalConfidential.com. Well, I tell you, it's easy to spend other people's money. It's easy to spend other people's money. So for the last bit of the show today, I want to go over to X. We got some things going on over here. Colbeck's Corner. Like to show the things that he's pointing out on his X post. Got all things Michigan. I like to save and discuss on my show. Brother Dave Bunny say another great day for solar panels in Michigan. While they're trying to destroy our forests and our um, Manistee forests, all these different forests across Michigan, they want to tear them down and put up solar panels. We already discussed that. The target of the USA purge was George Soros. The USAID slush fund was how he financed his global left-wing influence machine. It's how he bought politicians, mainstream media, newspapers, radio shows, judges, prosecutors, etc. Elon and Trump just cut the head off the snake. This is a post from Barron Trump News. I'm not sure who's behind that, but we need to get down to Michigan slush fund as well. Every corrupt state got probably a huge slush fund. This is a post from Megan Reckling saying, in just 6 days, Republican delegates will elect the next chair of the MIGOP. candidates are Mishan Maddock, Senator Jim Runstead, and Joe Chella as well. Um, he put out a good article saying many have asked who's running, but the real question delegates should be asking is who's qualified for the job. We're not picking a best friend. We're hiring someone to lead, raise money, and win elections. That's it. Delegates should be asking all three candidates tough questions. Um, how much money have you raised before? How many campaigns have you run and won? Um, do you know how to build a statewide operation for early and absentee voting? What's your experience helping Republicans win elections in past cycles? How will you ensure every part of our party has a voice? What's your plan to fight election integrity issues while Benson runs her own campaign? How will you help Republicans finally win nonpartisan Supreme Court races? Those are all pretty good questions. And she says, and notice what's not on that list. Questions about policy like, am I Doge, jobs, or green energy? Why? Because policy advocacy is not the chair's job. So they saying that we shouldn't be asking about um, different policies and things because that's not their job anyway. They'd love to give you some type of answer or give you their opinion, but you should ask them a more question that they should have to answer, be knowledgeable about to get information that we need from them. If you want answers on policy, demand them from your elected officials, Megan says. Matt Hall, Eric Nesbitt, and our legislative leaders. The chair of the MIGOP has one job, and that is to raise money and win elections, period. So this is a very good post. Having a chair that knows their job is imperative this cycle. Non-presidential cycles are always tough elections to start with, but this time Michigan Republicans have opportunities before that we haven't seen in decades. In 2026, Michigan will have every major seat on the ballot. Governor, Secretary of State, Attorney General, U.S. Senate, State House, and Senate, and two state Supreme Court seats. Very important. Mm. Michigan Republicans and our candidates are not winning all those races by ourselves. Our candidates, especially Supreme Court candidates, will need national support to get across the finish line. So, delegates heading to Detroit next weekend, ask yourself which chair candidate is best positioned to bring national dollars, top tier staff, and every resource possible to help Michigan Republicans win up and down the ballot. This is not a popularity contest. It's a job interview. I agree. Now, y'all know on my channel, I don't hold back. Um, this is Logic's view. You're going to get my view. You can agree, you can disagree. We can still be friends. Um, but I'm supporting, my support is behind Runstead, Jim Runstead. Um, he's a current senator right now, and he has done an amazing job as a senator, in my view. And I had some concerns. He's addressed them and cleaned up the concerns that I did have. I believe he can do a good job. Now, Joe Chella is a very good guy, very nice guy as well. He seems like he can do a good job as well. I've been hearing a lot of good feedback from fellow patriots who like him. They said he was involved with Goshen heavily, and they've known him, met him during them times, and known him, and appreciate his fight and his character. So they I've had people telling me they support him, which is fine. There's also people supporting Mishan, which is their prerogative as well. And y'all know how I feel about Mishan. Uh, these are the type of people, in my opinion, in my view, that operate through deception, um, and they use their resources and their connections and relationships to move up personal, political. I'm not even gonna get all into it. She was the vice chair in 2022 when we lost everything. She was under Ron Weiser. You know, in my opinion, she's a deceiver. She may be nice. She may be some of y'all friends. This is not a popularity contest. Why she running around here getting endorsements from everybody under the sun? Uh, just to try to create the illusion that she's the right choice. She was under Ron Weiser when we lost everything. Has she ever owned up to that? Only thing I seen her blame it was she blamed it on the proposals. Oh, we lost because of the proposals. No, we lost because our money was mismanaged. We lost because we were sabotaged from within. If you ask me, we lost. We lost. We lost. We lost all that. We lost it all. We need explanations, Mishan. Why? What's your explanation? You was under Ron Weiser, and why agreeing to work with John Yob? Do y'all know who John Yob is? He a deep state billionaire, just like Ron Weiser. Ron Weiser, and then Mishan tried to smear Jim Runstead by posting a picture about how he voted on SB8 when she didn't give no explanation why it was a bad vote. Come to find out, it wasn't a bad vote, but it's just a smear tactic. She attacked Joe Cella time after time at these candidate forums. She attacked her opponents. She attacked Greenlee before he dropped out. He still endorsed her after he dropped out. You know, I don't trust her. This is my view. You know, that's my view. I'm gonna tell you how I feel. This is my channel. That's what I do. What I'm gonna hold back for. Anyway, shout out again to Rep Steve Kyra and all the real warriors out here. You know, Scott McMahon came here creating mayhem. You know, him and Bethany Wheeler. Uh, it's a lot of grass rats. It's a lot of operatives, man. Playing rhino, rhinos on the grassroots level. They know who they is. But uh, what happened when Mishan and Ron was in charge in 2022? What happened? Do we want to repeat? So we got the convention coming up this weekend. I'm gonna be attending. I won't be attending as a voting delegate or as a delegate because I moved from a different county into a new county before I had time to switch my address. So, unlike the county commissioner, Scott McMahon, from what they alleging, he say he was in between addresses. I know I can't register for no political, even if still in between. I am still in between addresses, but I'm not finna register for no position in my new address when I'm not even done moving or when my address ain't officially changed or nothing like that. uh No, you gotta wait. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to talk. Oh, yeah. So the candidates for governor we got so far that I know of: Eric Nesbitt, Anthony Hudson, Jocelyn Benson, Chris Swanson, and Mike Duggan. I think there's some more candidates that I haven't become aware of yet. I'm gonna look into that and see what I can find. I'm pretty sure there's more candidates. I'm almost positive. I just haven't dug into it personally yet. But it's hard, you know what I'm saying? I'm I work full time. I got kids, got grandkids, I got marriage, I got a lot going on, but I still make time. I love doing what I do. I want to get better at it. I want to continue to do it. And I love all y'all for sticking with your boys, sticking for freedom, fighting for freedom, loving the Lord, warriors for God and country all across the state. You know, we out here. I want to pray for each and every warrior for God and each and every warrior for country, each and every warrior for God and country. Um, it's a war going on. We are fighting many different wars, um, and 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 spiritual and many different battles. You know what I'm saying? Those who is heavily engaged in warfare know what that armor of Ephesians is all about. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say we engaged in warfare on many different fronts. So prayers for y'all. Stay strong. God is our strength. Continue to soak it up and rely on the Lord for strength to endure. Continue to move forward. This war wages on, man. These people that we up against, the Bible talk about how they speak their native tongue when they lie. It's all they know is lying. These people can look you straight in your face and lie straight to your face, you know, um, and not feel one bit bad about it. They'll become your friend just to further their agenda. They all fake. And a lot of them fake. You can't be backstabbed by somebody until they earn your trust and then stab you in your back. So a lot of these people is earning y'all trust, and you know what I'm saying. And when they stab you in your back, that's when you find out what you're dealing with. Well, I've been stabbed in my back by a lot of these people. You may not have been stabbed yet, but these people is backstabbers, liars, and deceivers, just like the Bible tells us about. And we gotta be on guard. Keep your discernment glasses on. But thank y'all for tuning back in once again to another episode of Logic's View. I wanted to keep it short today, and you know what I'm saying, get me some rest. I always say I'm going to bed early, and I only end up going to bed till way too late. What up, Prescott Pound? Oh, 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 oh. My brother. Yeah, the scoop on Joe Cello, like I said, man. I never met him personally, but I know patriots who have fought in the battlefield on boots on the ground with him um, back when the Karamo debacle was going on. Now, I will say that his running mate was on one of the Karamo lawsuits, Jessica Bearfield. Jessica Bearfield was on the Karamo lawsuit. I had a picture. I don't know if I still got it. But yeah, it's 6, 7 people on the lawsuit. Warren Carpenter on there, and Jessica Bearfield, some person named Ali Oxen Free. I'm just playing. That ain't his name. That probably wasn't funny. But his he on there, foreign name, um, Melinda Pago, uh, somebody else on there too. It's like 6, 7 people on there, and Warner and Norcross was the legal company. But yeah, that ain't good either. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jim is my guy. You know. Um, yep, yep. It's crazy out here. What up, brother George? Oh, yeah. When they was man, let me see if I can find this boss. This I doubt if I can find it real quick. Yeah, back man, they dropped everything on our sister Christine Caramo, man. We had the whole daggone man, we had the whole state united. The whole state was united by Karamo, behind Karamo. We demanded stuff at the county convention. We demanded. That's another thing too. We demanded no machines. We made them amend. Boy, I tell you, we've been fighting here in Michigan. The harder we fight, the harder the deep state fight back. Ron Weiser, Chuck Yob, and them, in my opinion, they part of the problem. You won't hear me, Sean, say nothing bad about these swamp creatures. Cause she a puppet for him. She a puppet for him. You on Logic's view, you gonna get Logic's view, Logic's opinion. You know what I'm saying? And then one thing they always try to threaten you with, oh, you keep, I'ma sue you. I have Bethany Wheeler say that. Ain't you afraid of getting sued for all this crap you talking about me? Man, come on, man. I ain't afraid of you little dirt bags. That's what I told her. I ain't afraid of you dirt bags. I wish you would sue me. I wish you would. I had some pictures of oh, this is, I don't know if my video, my sound working. I would play this. This is Anthony Hudson. I'm gonna share it on my Facebook. It's a video he put out. This is one of the candidates for governor. A lot of people ask him about, not familiar with. Anthony Hudson. We talked about that article. Oh, John Rocha. John Rocha. Me and Chuck Richard gonna start doing our show again. The Truth in Black and White, Logic and Reason. Because Chuck Richard, he is a wise young man. He know a lot about these swamp creatures here in Michigan. This is one of them, boy. This article right here say this is the pathological liar and former leader of the Living Earth cult who showed up on the Michigan political scene in December 2023 to manufacture libelous narratives about Christina Caramo and those who supported her. It would not be a surprise to find out that the globalist cult pressured the incumbent commissioner that the globalist cult pressured the incumbent commissioner to drop out of the primary election to make way for Scott McMahon to receive a reward for his libel campaign against Corona. Yeah, unfortunately, Mr. Bigger Truth, he is caught in yet another lie. This is forwarded from Unshackled Mitten. And yeah, his little article he write is called The Bigger Truth, his little newsletter. He got the Republican Party voter list to send it out to all the Republicans in their emails. You know, I started getting stuff from this guy that, you know what I'm saying, never I never signed up for. Um so ain't no telling, you know, these is my views and opinions. You gotta clarify that because these people you know, they rats and roaches. You know, they use lawfare. You see what Trump going through, you see what they put Christina Caramo through. He even looked like a man. These people, you know, you can see it in their eyes with some of these. Oh, here's one. This one I was on the show. Now, somebody posted this. Who posted this? Fulcrum, Michigan. They posted it and said, this pointed out the date from February 13th, 2023, saying Michonne got rid of machines. Will she do it again? Now I posted in the comment section, you know, it was us, the delegates, who got rid of the machines. We demanded it overwhelmingly. We had it say it down here too, and if I read it. But she was saying, or whoever wrote this was saying, many of you made your voices heard, and the state committee delivered. Tabulating machines are gone. Well, what happened, Mishan? Why is the tabulating machines back? Why do we got machines back at the conventions when we voted overwhelmingly to get rid of them? You know what I'm saying? Like they like it seems somewhere along the line, uh, what we did got undid. So I'll read this. This is a news article or a newsletter sent out from the co-chair, Mishan Maddox. Good afternoon, delegates and alternates. I'm reaching out today to share with you all with great news. To share with you all great news out of the Rules Committee meeting. We are on the verge of the most transparent, delegate-driven convention we have ever had. That was a powerful year. Those who was there and involved that year and leading up to it know how united we was and how powerful we was at that point. We was making demands. We was making demands, and they ain't had no choice. Overwhelming demands. Many of you made your voices heard, and the Rules Committee delivered two important changes that I want to share with you today. Tabulating machines are gone. Much like in August, we will have a secret ballot counted by hand and open to viewing by any delegate or alternate on the floor. That's one first rule she highlights. The second is a third round of voting in the chair race. It says we have an unprecedented 11 candidates for chair. Normally, our conventions would have gone to just two candidates in a runoff, second round runoff vote. Instead, next Saturday, if no candidate receives more than 50% plus one in the first round, three candidates will move on to the second round. If no candidate receives 50 plus one in the second round, we will then take the top two candidates to a third round of voting. This will allow for more delegate voices to be heard. Yeah, yeah. If you ask me, they was trying to manipulate it so it will go to the third round between uh, Matt DePerno and Christina Caramo. They wanted Matt DePerno to win. Trump even endorsed DePerno, and Caramo still won. The people spoke. Or who was it? And who was the other dude? It was crazy. My memory fuzzy, but it was going down. What was that other dude? Sean Hernandez. Is that? Oh no, that was Tudor Dixon. Uh, running mate, I think. Was it? I'm not sure. But she said these changes were passed with overwhelming support, and I want to personally thank all of you who reached out to let your voice be heard. These changes wouldn't have happened without the delegate input we received over the past several months. Below you will find a link to the amended rules. Blah 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 blah. This was the year we was united. Yep, Shane Hernandez. Um, what's up, Ruffle Feathers in the building? Long time no see. Long time no see. Yeah, I'm gonna be at the convention if it's in God's will. You know I want to be there. Talk to my employer today. So yeah, I hope to get there and see all my patriot brothers and sisters in Christ. Patriot home. I can't wait to see Prescott Homer, sister Ruffle Feathers, all my brothers and sisters, my county sheriff, and the feds try to send me and the delegate friends of mine were gonna kidnap him and totally take a day out. Oh, wow. Missed you too. Missed you too, my sister. I ain't never going nowhere. I ain't never going nowhere until the Lord call me home. All right. Let's see. What else I have before we get out of here? Well, for Pat's corner. Uh, I know Pat Colbeck loving Doge. He love exposing corruption. But right here, mm, speaking of sticky situations, Pat Colbeck says, did you know that the Associated Press is one of two NGOs with privileged access to election night reporting of election results? Don't you think that everyone should have access to these vote tallies? For your information, the other is Edison Research. So this he replied to somebody said that's so weird that AP implies Associated Press implies it sticks by historical names when it's done exactly the opposite for the past 10 years. Virtually every other time it has come up. Historically, oh, I didn't go through and read all this, but I was just, highlighting Holbeck's response because he on top of them elections and information is being uncovered. Like Pat Colbeck is literally a rocket scientist, and he's a former senator, and I believe he ran for governor before. I think maybe my mind might be playing tricks on me because I wish he would run so bad this year. Man, tell me Pat would be a great choice for governor. Oh, the establishment would, woo, they would be freaking out. I would literally, I would campaign for Pat Colbeck. Oh, I would campaign all across the state. Pat Colbeck for governor. Anyway, that's just wishful thinking at this point. Mhm. Oh yeah, it's been some type of beef going on with Michigan Democrats and Distill Social, some blue organization. They going through some beef. I'm gonna look into that more and let y'all know. It's not surprising over there. It's chaos over there. It's a lot going on, but I ain't gonna talk about too much more. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Logic's View. Thank you to each and every one of you warriors out there. Thank you for the prayer warriors, brothers and sisters in Christ. Thank y'all for all y'all do. Um, we out here, man. The war wages on. Uh, and we're gonna keep on fighting. I'm looking forward to going to convention this weekend, and that's what I was gonna say. March 6th, it's a group. It's supposed to be 100 Black Republicans from Michigan that's taking a bus down. I think we're taking a bus to D.C. to demand congressional hearings regarding uh election fraud that's been going on in the heart of Detroit. You know, I got invited to go. I got asked to go, and it's an honor to be an ambassador, a Black Republican ambassador for Michigan. Knowing all the corruption that we go through all across the state, a lot of the people going are going to be people from within the inner cities who's witnessed and seen it and who exposing it and opposing it and wanting the truth to get out. So I just heard about it this past week, and I got invited to go. It's an honor, and I'm hoping I'll be able to go. That's supposed to be March 6th. I will definitely be keeping y'all updated on that. But that's gonna be exciting. So stay tuned to hear more about that. And the war is raging on. The war is raging on. Yeah, brother Prescott. I'm gonna try to be down there. Uh, I talked to my boss today. My brakes getting fixed. Um, if it's in God's will, I'm gonna be there. I want to be there, so I plan on being there. put it like that. We can put it like that. Yeah, that's dope. It's a huge opportunity, and got a got a sister in Christ down in Muskegon. Uh, she would have been perfect. She participate in the election process in Muskegon, door knocking, young, experienced, and she would have been great because she is very knowledgeable in the election process, especially and witnessed the fraud in Muskegon. We know in Muskegon, Detroit, Grand Rapids, these inner city areas is where they commit a lot of the fraud. They hire a lot of people to commit these frauds. She witnessed a lot of it and been trying to blow the whistle ever since for years, for a few years. Um, I'm connected with warriors all across the state, and it's an honor and a privilege. So we gonna keep on fighting. What you say there, brother? Jackie Eubanks, when she did her investigation of election in Chesterfield and Detroit, she found that specifically black Republican voters had their votes changed to mail in when canvassed in person. Uh, that's a good point because that's what one of the people said. They have facts, evidence. The people that's going on this trip that I was speaking to said they have all the receipts, all the evidence, all the facts. They going down there to demand congressional hearings. You know what I'm saying? And with the House Oversight Committee, with the House election or House ethnic ethics, accountability, and transparency, Hall's HEAT program, turning up the heat, House ethics, accountability, and transparency. We might be able to get hearings, Senate hearings, or House hearings in Lansing as well. So that'll be exciting. Um, we got it. We got it. It's up to us, man. We the people got to put the pressure on the people to do what's right. If we ain't demanding this stuff, they ain't gonna do it. Sister Rockefeller said, "Yeah, keep us in the loop, but be careful in that demon." Man, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. That's one thing to really keep in mind, especially even when I go to Lansing to the Capitol, man. When I walk in there, you can feel the demonic presence. And DC, I bet it's heavy. It's bad. I bet it's heavy down there. It's heavy, spiritual influence and pressure, and you just feel the presence. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't be surprised. My wife was down there last month. She got to go down there with the sheriff and some other co-workers, and they got to attend a Tom Home or National Sheriff's Association conference. Met Tom Homan, met some other legislators from Michigan, some other warriors. Went to the JFK Memorial site. I was jealous. Um, yeah, they got to go down there and have a good time. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Keep us in the prayers for sure. Keep us in the prayers for sure. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning back in once again to another episode of Logic's View. I try to go a half hour. I don't win an hour. Mm, mm, mm. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please like, share, drop comments, and even prayer requests down below. Even prayers, drop prayers down below. Subscribe so you can stay notified for my regular content and help spread the word, man. Cause your boy ain't going nowhere. They deleted my first YouTube channel. That boy was starting to get thousands of subscribers. They deleted my last Facebook channel I had for 14 years. But we don't die, we multiply. The Lord give us the strength. He created us to tell the truth. We ain't gonna stop because they deleted the channel. You know what I'm saying? But love y'all. Thank y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye.